Hi everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Stamping. I'm so glad you can be here with us tonight and the day after Mother's Day. So I hope you all had a good day, whether you were honoring a mom or a mom figure in your life, or whether you were that for somebody else. So welcome. This is where we chat, connect, and unlock some paper crafting fun together. And I look forward to meeting together this way every single Monday night. So welcome, and my name is Lillian with Stampers Niche. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Alberta, Canada. And today is not only the day after Mother's Day, it is Monday the 13th of May. 2024. So I don't know about where you live, but I know that Friday night, although I missed it, the Northern Lights were absolutely spectacular, and the pictures have filled Facebook with it. So tell me, were you one of the fortunate ones that got to see the Northern Lights, or were you like me and snoozing and having already gone to bed for the evening? So let me know if you saw the Northern Lights, or you wish you had seen them, or what you have to say about them as you're joining on here. And I'm so glad to see people saying hi and greeting each other. Super, super fun. Okay, all righty, there we go. And I'll just make sure that I am also on the computer and everything is working well. So let me know if it's not working well, but I think we're good to go here. So hello everyone and welcome. Oops, and my computer, I thought the sound was off, but it wasn't. So, did you see the Northern Lights? I see some people missed them, but I know some of you saw them. So tell us about them if you happen to see them. All right. So I had a question on in my Facebook group today as to a guess as to what I was featuring tonight. So what I said, I was playing with a new bundle from this catalog, but what bundle would it be? And some of you guessed correctly. Some of you guessed Unbounded Love, and I could play with that for months. But I thought I should introduce you to another bundle, and that bundle. Now, I have told you that Unbounded Love I thought was just a must buy, but I also think this one is as well. This is called Spotlight on Nature. So if you guess Spotlight on Nature, give yourself a pat on the back, reach over and pat your back. And this is a gorgeous set. So this is the die here. And these are not the die, pardon me. Let's try that again. This is the stamp set, which is so very pretty. Then these dies are amazing. So they're all circles, and we're going to get to see them a little bit closer, but they have designs in them as well. So you can buy them individually, or you can buy them as a bundle. So the bundle price is up here. So this is how the bundle pages are organized. You'll find this bundle on page 69, by the way. So they show the individual ones with the information below, and then they give the bundle price up here underneath some of the samples that they have shown, and you can see some of the circles here being used. So let's take a look, see a little bit closer. So we have here the stamp set, which I absolutely love. There's some textures in it. You know how I love those kinds of things. And then these great, very detailed stamps. And then thanks and dear friend. And I'm going to show you something you can do with that to make it just dear or friend as well. And then the dies. So the dies here, there are 2 sheets of them. There are so many. There are actually 12 circles. I write that there in case I have one go missing and I know what I should be looking for. So each of these circles has a design on it. So this one has this. So when it cuts it out, it makes that design. And then there's one set that makes just like an embossed edge around it. And then there is this that's looks like dots and little lines. So let's see them in real life. All right. So we'll put those to the side and this to the side and bring in, I cut out a whole set of them in basic black and I cut out another set in basic white. And the reason I did that, it was a bit tedious, yes, but the reason I did that is so we could see the layering. But first off, let me just show you. When you cut them out, you will have, should be 4. I'm missing one there. I'll move over to the black. You will have 4 sizes of the same design. Okay, so you've got 4 sizes of that design. Move the white out of the way. Then you will have 4 sizes of this design, and this is the one that has the embossing around the edges like that, but it doesn't have any holes. So you know what, I'm going to switch this around so I can fit a few more in. Go that way. And then there are 4 of this design. So this is almost looks a little bit more lacy there. So we've got 4 of those. So these 2 have quite small circles and these 2 have the largest circles, and then there's all in between. So obviously they layer beautifully. So for example, if I brought in the white one, I could layer it on this one here, or I could mix up my designs like that, or like that. You can play with it and have all kinds of fun. The other thing that you can do is you can offset. So for example, if you were doing a card layout, you might, let's just bring a different design in here. You might do a progression like that or like that. We've often used circles in our designs. So there are all kinds of things that you can do with these circles. So we're going to, and I just had a thought here. You also could, let's bring in one of these, move some of these out of the way. You could, and somebody I'm sure is going to, oh here we've got, you could start to make faces out of them, right? With them too. So I think there's all kinds of potential with these circles, and we're going to play with them along with the stamp set a bit tonight. Now I know that, how do I store these? I store these in our clear envelopes, and I just store them in with the dies. There, don't want to lose any of them. So let's look at what we're going to make tonight. So I am going to bring in Blackberry Bliss paper, and got everything put together here. And we're starting with a piece that is 5.5 by 8.5, so a half sheet of paper, and we're going to score it. We're going to score it at, make sure we've got the cutting blade out of the way. We're going to score it at 4 1/4 and then 6 3/8. So 6, so that's right where all this is happening. But if you look closely, the lines are there. So there is 3/8 right there. There we go. So that's all the scoring we're going to do. I've got everything else cut for you. So what we're going to do first off is fold it in half, lining up all those edges and burnishing that fold with your bone folder. And then the score line here, we're going to fold back. So that's the reason it was 6 3/8, because it was in the middle, and that's what the middle is. So now we have our Z fold right here. So there is our card base. We'll put that to the side. Oh, look at this. Did you see this? I now have a QR code for you to find. You could, if you use this QR code, you can go directly to my website and to my shopping station, and that will have the hostess code already in. So those of you who are not familiar with QR codes, see this here? You're going to open up your camera. You're going to hold it over your QR code, And down here, right here, you see this little yellow bar. Click on that and it takes you right to here. And then you can do a search here for whatever you want and it's all good to go. So that's how easy a QR code is. If you've got a cell phone and you can take a picture, you can use a QR code. So this little piece of white is going to go on the inside. So we're just going to put it there for now. And this is just going to be the layers. So we're going to go like that. So what a lot of people say when they see stamps like this is, oh, good, I like to color. But there are lots of people that say, oh, I don't like to color, or I don't always have time to color. So I'm going to show you a way of using this stamp set here without coloring it, and then I'm going to show you some other ideas for these cards. So let's get started. We're going to use this and we are going to do some embossing. So we'll bring in Versamark, and I always store my embossing buddy right with my Versamark because if I don't, I forget to use it. And your embossing buddy takes all the static off the paper, and so then when you go to put your powder on, it only sticks where you want it to stick and not some of those other places. This is also great to use if you've got something sticky where you don't want it to be sticky. So let's bring in this stamp here. It's a gorgeous stamp. The details are fabulous, and to color it, it's really fun to do too. But we're going to do it without coloring tonight. We're inking it up with Versamark. Those of you who aren't familiar with that Versamark, it's a clear watermark ink, and it's a stickier ink. So we're just going to put this down here. Whoops, I moved. We'll see if that works. Otherwise, we'll use the other side of the paper. It looks pretty good so far. So we've got that. Then I wanted to use just the word friend. So there are a couple of ways that you can do that. Usually I mask off the other word with a post-it note and do the inking up, but there was enough space there that I actually snipped them apart. So I know that that's not the greatest idea, but it worked for me this time, and I think I'll use friend a lot more. So that's what I'm doing. How many of you have ever cut apart a stamp? Have you ever done that? I do it just once in a while. I know that I can put it back together again if I want. So I don't worry about it too much. I just make sure that I've got a clean area to cut through. So how many of you have done that? I love the font on these words. So now I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder. I'm going to bring in my little tray here. And if ever I use something, you don't know what it is, or you want to know more about it, just ask and I will gladly help you out. But also people here will help you out too. So there we go. I love this tray because it keeps some of the grit off of my work area. I think I did pretty well there today. I must have used my embossing buddy perfectly. So afterwards, when things are done, I'll dump the little bits and pieces here back into the bin. And I'm going to now start up the heat tool. So it's going to get noisy. It's usually easy to put it back together again. Yes, that's what I find too, Marilyn. Or I try to make sure just a second, I see a spot here I want to get rid of. Try to make sure that it's going to be easy to put back together because, you know, I'll want it both ways, right? But a little stamp surgery once in a while I have performed. It's the only surgery I've performed, I think. But anyway. So you can see it's changing. It's just looking stunning like that. I like to hold my heat tool in the spot till I see the powder melting, and then it's good to go. And then I twist it around and make sure I don't see powder anywhere. And it doesn't look too shiny right here. I'm going to heat it just a smidge more there. There we go. Now, if you find that your paper has curled too much, you can always heat it from the back as well. But so here, I'm just going to bring this in. This would make a very elegant and rich looking card, right like that, right? Should we try something else with it, with the circles? I thought I'd step it up one more notch. So I'm going to bring the circles back in. And we're going to choose, I think I'm going to choose, let me see. I'm going to choose one without the openings. I just think I like it better. I'm just going to figure out the size. Do I want to do this or do I want to do this? I think I'll go with this one right now. And I'll bring my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine in. It is pretty as it is, isn't it, Gail? It's the rich color and just the white pops on it. I originally wanted to try it in the new basic beige, but it was just a bit light. It wasn't dramatic enough for me. So I've put this on here and I'm going to run it through. I think there's a good spot. It really doesn't matter. I made a bunch of these in a different color for a swap, and each one of them was in a slightly different spot and they all looked good. There we go. So now we've got this like that. So we've got this cut out, and what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put a spotlight. This is called the spotlighting technique on Spotlight in Nature. So I'm going to bring back the white piece that we're going to put it on, and we're going to glue this part down. So we'll put this to the side. I'm going to glue this down. So if you ever want, you can color with the spotlighting technique, or you can keep it as simple as what we're doing here. I got pretty close to the edge there. So now we're going to put this like that. Now, the actual measurements of everything are going to be in Thursday's newsletter. If you're watching this later than Thursday, you can always message me and I can send you the PDF. But that's one of the advantages to be a subscriber to my newsletter, is to then you get the PDF. So now I'm going to bring in dimensionals for this piece. And I'm going to bring in my black dimensionals, partly because they were right here, but they work well on this. And I want to make sure it's sturdy. So I'm going to be generous with my dimensionals, like that. So this is a way just to add another spotlight of interest to a card, is to cut out a portion of it. So there we go. So just like that, now when you get the card, you can see that it's raised up and it brings attention to it. Then we're going to bring in our Wink of Stella. Now, if we had done this on white paper, you could easily color, right? Especially color this part here. But I loved any excuse to use Wink of Stella, so I'm going to fill that in. And I have a little bit more I'm going to add, but what would you add to this card? Would you leave it as is? Would you add a little bit something more, like, I don't know, ribbon or something? What do you think? So just like that, we've added a bit of Wink of Stella. Can you see how it just adds that shine and brings, you would add pearls. Ooh, that would look gorgeous, or a white embellishment. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I like that idea. We could do this. We could have cut another little panel of Blackberry Bliss and put it on here, embossed it too. But we didn't do that. We're keeping this one pretty basic. So when we fasten it down, we're going to keep our borders even, but we're only going to put adhesive on what is going to be on fastened to here. So that means I want adhesive down here. We were making cards the other night at one of my classes, and we had a few adhesive mishaps that the adhesive got on the wrong edge, but that was easy to fix. We had a good laugh. It just happens to us no matter how long we've been stamping, right? How many of you have glued a card closed or come very close to it? I've got something on my fingers there. Must have been the wink of Stella. There we go. We've got it like that. I'm still going to come back because different ones of you are sharing what you would do. I'm going to do the inside now. The inside is a little bit smaller. Yes, you've got glue. Oh, you're a kindred spirit, Gail. So this is a little smaller. And in that stamp set, there is, where did I put it? The butterfly. I hid the, there it is. I forgot to mount it. So I'm going to bring that in and use it here and on my envelope. So I'm actually going to stamp my envelope first because I want it lighter on the inside of the card. So I'm going to stamp my envelope. Oh, I think I'll stamp the flap like that, and then that's stamping it off once. Then I'll stamp it here, and then when I'm ready to use it, I will stamp the message full strength in Blackberry Bliss, I think. And we'll add this upside down, backwards, you name it. Oh, yes, I'm with you. We've all done that. It's nice to know we're in good company, right? So all you need to do is just center this, and it's going to be covered. See? Like that. So just center it. Make sure it's straight. What other colors could you see yourself making a card like this in? What other colors? So you all had great suggestions for what to do, add some embellishments. I actually brought in the iridescent foil gems, mainly because I still had some of those, and I need to order a new package with my next order, but I have a few left. So I'm just going to add a few of these. They come in 2 sizes, and I find that they pick up color regardless of whatever color they go with. So we'll put some like this. Oh, I don't like where I put that one. I think I'm there. All depends where the word friend goes, where I put that. And there we go, just like that. Very easy card to do, and yet it has that wow with it, doesn't it? So who would like to see some more cards made with the spotlight in nature? There we go. We have the envelope as well. We're all set. So let's move this out of the way. So this is the same card done in Pebbled Path. So here we go, like that. Let me get the envelopes out of the way. I just realized I'm wearing a Pebbled Path top tonight. Oh, there you go. So the exact same card, even the same embellishments. And I did the same on the inside. So what other colors would you use? Knighted Navy, ooh, that would look good. I think black would look good too. Yeah, Gail, I agree. Or you could do black on the white. That would look really neat. I like that a lot. So sort of following along with, okay, sometimes I don't have time to color. Here's what one of my favorite techniques I've shown you many times, where I've cut out a circle and as a mask and then inked inside the circle. And so then just stamped it in black. So you can see I'm really stuck on the word friend here. But you could bring in words from any stamp sets you have and do it here. Here's another one that I used it and didn't color. I did use this technique, but I did it long here. And I switched over to thanks. So those are all techniques with this stamp set that don't involve coloring. So it's easy to use. Then I had to do a little coloring. So it's just, so here I stamped the image actually in Gorgeous Grape and then colored with fresh freesia. So instead of stamping in black, I used Gorgeous Grape, and I stamped the leaves in the background to create the background, and I used the Versamark. So that's the nice thing about Versamark, remember, is it's not only just for embossing. You can make that watermark look. So I always tell new stampers, your first ink pad should be black. Your second one, Versamark, I think. So what would yours be? First ink pads, what would your advice be? So this butterfly, remember we had the paper butterflies in the mini. They're still available. They're still current, so they're still available. So there's that. Oh, and look at the embellishments on here. Can you see them? Those are brand new embellishments. I've got them here to show you. I just got them like 2 days ago. They are called the Iridescent Faceted Gems. And look at that. They're on the same page as that bright paper. Oh, what's it called? Something about life, full of life or something. It's a whole suite, but gorgeous. They would have looked good on this too, because they pick up whatever. But I had this planned before these came. So, oh, I put this in here just to remind you that these butterflies, they come in sheets of 5 and they just punch out. They're all laser cut. There's this whole flock of butterflies. And you sponge color them or whatever. So super. So I'm still hooked on the circles. I colored this. I used a new embossing folder here. So this time I layered my circles with these great designs and then stamped my word on another circle right there. So there was that. And then I thought, well, I'm a little hooked on the flowers. Maybe I should venture farther afield and at least look at the leaves. The butterflies, I could do all kinds of things with them too. So here I just stamped in Shy Shamrock, stamped the background, then ran it through the fern embossing folder, added the word thanks, and it's just a very simple card right there. And then I cased a card that I'd made last year with a different stamp set. So I did white embossing on the navy here. And then I just stamped with navy on this. And this is the Unbounded Love die, another use of that there. So there is just, remember to look at the whole thing. And then, pardon me, are you getting tired of my and thens? I have one more and then. I had a customer who's just got a new puppy and she's thrilled with this new puppy and I wanted to make her a card. So I put a paw print on one of the circles. So the circles will work with everything in your collection, basically, right? And I made the paw print with hearts, and these hearts are from the Bumblebee Punch. So I kept trying to figure out if I could put 4 little hearts there, or 3, but it ended up with 3, just because this one isn't perfectly symmetrical. It's a little off center, but there is a card. And this here was just done with my paper trimmer, the scoring tool. So there you go. So those, you can see I've had a little fun with Spotlight on Nature. I don't know if it's been on your radar or not. Let me know if it's been on your radar. And then I haven't shared any new cards that I've just received in the mail recently, so I wanted to share a few of those because it just has made my day. This I received from Sandy Ullman, and just a gorgeous card. And look what she did to the inside too. She even brought the twine on the inside, and then on the back she did this. So this came in the mail on a day I needed a little encouragement, and this definitely did that for me. That was super. Here is using the Thoughtful Wishes paper, I believe. Thoughtful Journey paper. And I cut out this out of the paper and then just stamped on the white. And I got that idea from a demonstrator named Sue Moore. This one I received from Linda Hawk, who used to be one of my team members. And I just love what she did. This bundle has been on my radar. I am really thinking about it. Roz, this, I bet you, is your kind of card, right? So I asked her how she did the background. She did the background, but she inked it up and then she splattered water on it and let it dry. So just gorgeous there. Then one of my downline made this fun fold card with the lavender paper, which carried forward. We can still purchase it, and then it goes like that. So you can see both sides of the paper, and it's just a great card. Another one of my downline made this card here. So Blackberry Bliss is back in. Maybe this is what prompted me to use Blackberry Bliss tonight. I don't know, maybe. And another downline over the course of the last couple of months has made these two. So gorgeous there. And then this, simplicity just really caught my eye. This would be great for, I think, a quilter or something. So the postage dies, is it perennial postage? I can't remember. And she cut some out of scrap paper and then just added a little bit, and there you have it. So I have just swamped you with card ideas tonight, but I hope that I've also got your mind churning and spinning and going with the spotlight on nature dies. I saw somebody say the circles at least were on their list. If you don't have stamps that are kind of like this, you might want to consider them too. They can stand alone, that's for sure. You can buy just the stamp set and it will be fine. You can buy just the circles and they will be fine. But it is fun to put them together and save 10%. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you are wanting to purchase any of these things, you can either contact me or you can go to my online store right there and it'll get delivered right to your home. Oh, and one more thing. Good thing I looked around my desk here. I've been talking about the Unbounded Love class to go. This is a class you can earn for free with a $60 order, or you can sign up for it. I had several people ask if I would also do an in-person class, so I've added that option. So if you go here, or you can scan this, you can find out what all is involved, and then you can have a look-see and see if it's something you're interested in. So that class is I'm filming that class tomorrow, and then it'll be ready to go. So I hope that's of interest to you as well. So thanks for joining me tonight, everyone. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Make sure to say hi and give a thumbs up or whatever. If you're on YouTube, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Let me know you've been here. Maybe even hit that little bell, because then you'll be notified when I go live again. So one last look at tonight's card as we say goodbye. There we go, just like that. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Bye-bye.